And now we will hear from Ben Hancock, Managing Director at Oscar Acoustics, who will be talking about the importance of acoustics when designing for manufacturing workplace environments.
Hi, I'm here to discuss how our spray-applied acoustic finishes can help create a safe and healthy industrial workplace. Here at Oscar Acoustics, Great Britain's leading specialists in architectural acoustic finishes, we found that unbearable levels of noise are crippling productivity in the industrial sector, with 2 in 3 workers saying so, suggesting that decibels are causing a decline. The stark findings were presented during our latest research study, Silence the Noise, which focuses on the concerns of employees, particularly those working in loud environments. 750 employers and employees took part in the study, which revealed that, in fact, the majority of workplace settings simply aren't cut out for dealing with noise. Over half of those surveyed said that their working environment is either not well, 23%, or not very well designed, 29%, to do their job safely. Shockingly, 1 in 5 workers found noise conditions so bad that they felt compelled to quit their job or else continue making their lives miserable. This comes alongside data from the Career Happiness Index curated by the Futures Group, which found that staff from the manufacturing, transport and logistics industry are the least happy workers out of 10 main sectors in the UK. Our report also flagged that a significant portion of people felt that a complaint would have no influence on management to address the matter. More than a third, 35%, felt this to be true. The biggest noise bugbear came from both heavy machinery and a lack of noise control, where a combined 40% of workers placed this as one of the most frustrating aspects of the workplace. Unsurprisingly, a quarter of staff were delivering poor quality work as a result of high noise levels. Stats that are ill-timed given reports that UK manufacturing is in a resurgence and is responsible for a quarter of the UK's GDP. What's clear is that bosses largely remain in the dark about the issue, which could explain the alarming figures. When asked if they recognise how noise in the work environment can lead to a variety of health issues, the percentage that understood the potential health implications never rose above a third. This is despite 49% of employees believing that acoustic design is important in the workplace. However, only 28% had actually introduced protective equipment, such as earplugs and ear defenders. This lack of attention has also led to serious health implications, with a quarter suffering from tinnitus, and most not realizing that high noise levels can actually contribute to conditions like sleep disturbance, diabetes, and stroke, to name just a few. Yet part of the problem may lie in the age of developed structures, which may not have had sound measures appropriately considered during the build. 4 in 5 employees say the industrial building where they work was constructed or significantly refurbished in the last 10 years, but this doesn't necessarily mean that acoustics were considered. 16% admitted their building has neither been constructed nor significantly refurbished in the last 10 years, which means they are almost certainly outdated. I was quoted in the press earlier this year saying, UK manufacturing and industry is currently a driving force and represents the backbone of this country's economy. Prioritising noise protection isn't just about compliance, it's about protecting our key workers. This starts by listening to their concerns about noise and the impacts it's having on their overall performance. Ignoring this issue also fails to safeguard our productivity, jeopardising our ability to thrive in a competitive market. It's time for us to listen, act, and invest in a quieter, more supportive workplace environment. So, what's the solution? Well, Oscar Acoustics has just been going through this very thing. When an empty acre plot of land came up for sale near Rochester, I naively jumped at the chance. This has given us a clean sheet in order to build a purpose-built facility that doubles as our new HQ and also a show home for all our products. Adopting what I've learnt from 20 years with my family's company, I set out to practice what I've been preaching. Collaborating with an old uni friend, Richard Barron, and his practice Urban and Rural, we set out to design a 16,000 square foot storage facility, office and social hub that employees wanted to be in. Our main contractor was W.W. Martin and project manager BH Project Management. All were superb and a pleasure to work with. Our strategy for this was firstly, make it look pretty. Despite being a new build, I had a firm vision of having a Manhattan loft feel or an old factory with hints of Art Deco throughout. Secondly, the acoustics had to be first class, doubling as a show home for our customers to visit, sometimes with their own clients. Every area has a different SonaSpray finish for them to view in situ. As you can see, the plot comprises of a main warehouse and office with 6 separate industrial units, allowing the company to expand as required to meet the ever-growing popularity of the SonaSpray products. With electric fork trucks running throughout the day, it can be quite a busy site. As I've mentioned, warehouses can be extremely reverberant spaces due to all the hard surfaces, making it difficult to hear oncoming vehicles or warnings. For this reason, I decided to apply a finish called SonaSpray K13 in light grey throughout the lower warehouse. SonaSpray K13 is the coarsest finish in the range of 5 and also the most economical. One team working flat out in an open area can install in excess of 200 square meters per day. This means that there's no faster way of acoustically treating a large space. The savings don't just come from the material price. Installing so quickly means that the follow-on trades can start earlier, allowing you to significantly reduce the program length, increase the number of teams on the project, and the savings can be immense. We once sprayed a sports hall, and Wilmot Dixon claimed that the savings from our system provided over the perforated acoustic roof liner that was specified added up to over £35,000 once you added in the reduced program time. Perforated acoustic roof sheets take a lot longer to close up the building due to having multiple layers that need to be installed. The acoustic performance was also a lot better. We actually created a sports hall with the acoustics of your average living room. In order to show off more finishes, upstairs we installed the next finish up in the range, the finer textured SonaSpray K13 Special, this time in mid-grey, to help highlight the feature yellow steelwork. SonaSpray also has thermal benefits. 120 millimeters of it is around the same thermal performance as 100 millimeters of rock wool. This allows you to acoustically treat, decorate, and improve the thermal performance of your roof sheet all in one go. But it doesn't just stop at warehouses. Many also have offices within them, so it's important to get the acoustics right so they're fit for purpose. Throughout our own offices, we've installed SonaSpray K13 Special again, but this time in light grey, appearing almost as sprayed concrete and fitting nicely with the exposed brickwork. You might recognise the doors behind me in my office. I went for a tighter textured SonaSpray FC in here, as it's my favourite finish in the range. Our meeting room's a combination of the finish you saw in the warehouse in white and the finer SonaSpray FC you saw in my office, but this time in black around the edge. In our toilets, we've used our Plaster Smooth acoustic finish, Oscar Elite, set into our own Oscar Evo Blade razor edge trim for an elegant edge that appears wafer thin, despite the 40mm build-up of acoustic plaster and plasterboard. That Oscar Evo Blade also works with standard plaster as well. And we're very proud to announce that the Oscar Innovation Centre has been awarded the Green Plaque and achieved an A+ EPC rating, defined as net zero CO2 emissions, putting it in the top 0.35 most energy efficient schemes anywhere in England. The Green Plaque assessor commented, Sometimes a project comes along that just ticks all the boxes. Though the green plaque assessment is not simply about describing exemplar developments, this one is really quite exciting and just shows what can be achieved when the commitment, enthusiasm, and expertise is there. The use of our own products throughout the building also assisted in us receiving the green plaque. One of our USPs is that our spray products are made from fire-rated recycled paper and water-based adhesives, achieving full marks for BREEAM, LEED, SCAR, Living Building Challenge, so there's no items within it on the red list. And also, whilst we didn't need it to achieve the full BREEAM marks, we also got the cradle to cradle as well. On our journey to net zero, we started off some years ago by working towards and then becoming ISO 14001 certified. Having got the bug for it, we continue to make changes, and we're very proud to announce that Oscar Acoustics is independently certified as being carbon neutral as a company. And this is for our entire operation, including the transportation of all of our products. Emissions of products used within public spaces are just as important. So all our products are M1 classified as a low emitting building material. Also California Department of Public Health compliant, that seems to be creeping in over here. Green Guard, and we achieved the gold certification in that. And then you've got BREEAM and LEEDs versions as well. Another one of our USPs is our new Oscar Acoustics SonaSpray Training Academy, where potential sprayers spend their time studying and taking exams before being allowed into the top secret practical training room. This means that they're experts by the time they get on site and not practicing on your project. The feedback from staff and guests on our new HQ has been everything I hoped for. So I'd like to say a big thanks to all those involved. The result is very happy staff that enjoy coming to work. Here's some of us picking up the Subcontractor of the Year awards at the most recent National Building Awards. So please do book a tour and come to see us and all our finishes in situ. We're near Rochester in Kent, about half an hour from London on the train. So we've also got plenty of parking, but also means you can bring clients, as it's often easier for them to see a project so they can see what the finishes will look like rather than seeing them up close in a sample box. We've also got great coffee. Following the webinar, we'll be sending out a download link to our free ebook, Silence the Noise, with the subtitle, Revolutionize Your Industrial Workplace for Health and Productivity. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for your time.